There's a fan going in here. I should not record in this room. The laundry's going. I should not record in the hallway. There's a lot of noises everywhere. It's Monday, which means it's day 3 of, well, no, not really. I guess it would be further than that now, wouldn't it? Because I started packing and preparing for a move probably a month and a half ago. And although I am working, just going to close down these windows, hide all that, because it's probably not a good idea to be sharing that. That's all there. Okay, so this was well thought out and planned, like all the moving stuff is. So that means yesterday was Sunday, and as I'd said, I think I recorded on Saturday, the next thing I needed to do was pack up the kitchen, which it has been packed up now, more or less. At least all of our stuff is out of here. And the 4 boxes that we had of kitchen stuff are now completely filled. And then everything else just kind of fits wherever it needs to go. So I got all that done. Most everything is packed up besides, well, I guess the rice cooker and pressure cooker are still out, but I'll use the rice cooker to steam vegetables throughout the week. And the pressure cooker, well, I guess if I'm not having beans, rice and beans like I usually do, that'll get put up. Anyway, the point is, we're almost there. This is Monday. I'm working Monday, working Tuesday. Wednesday will be the day where I then pack up all of this. Everything there gotta go. And that'll be fun. We can turn this around. And I know it takes a second, so we just pause for that and kick things. That's going to be all of the empty boxes and such to get packed into. And that will pack up all of this. Most of this. Basically most of this. But that's where we will start with the computers, the computer towers of various places. Those will get packed away, and all the consoles and everything. And my TV, but not their TV. This is one that came with the place and has to stay here, unfortunately. So I'll need to replace it because I do use the second TV quite a lot. And I've got all of the video files that I'm watching, all of my TV shows and things like that I watch whenever I'm eating are on the server, which means that when I go and pack up the server, it will be not able to watch. So I'm downloading some in advance for when I don't have the internet and access to the server, which will happen. Then we will begin unpacking up all of my editing computer and all of my work computer stuff. And I'll be able to put away, this is fun, I have my many, many monitors that, hold on. This an interesting thing that I noticed. So when I packed up the kitchen yesterday, what had been here behind where I work has been appliances and tons of stuff back here and things. So I never really noticed just how janky this is that I did. I knew it, I did set it up, but it makes me quite unhappy to see as it is. It's pretty unstable. In order to get them on different levels, because the top one needed to be just a little bit higher, I have it mounted to some books. And it's on the top and it's resting. And I don't like this. I saw it yesterday and went, ooh, I don't care for that. But I only need it to last for 2 more days. It's been there for months, so it will be fine. And we have a much better system in place for this after the move. I've got speaker stands, which have like tripod legs that can be sandbagged, and those will be strong and sturdy, and they have the same diameter as these poles so that they can still mount properly with that. And so I'll be able to do that. I'll be able to raise it up. It's not the best setup. You can see how everything's kind of slightly off anyway. Like that monitor doesn't even, it's not great, but it will be great. And that's what I'm really looking forward to, is fixing all of this jank. Those monitors are just laying on the ground. They're just laying on the table because I don't have the room to add more. You can see all of this will be better. I will fix all of this. I've got the speaker stands to mount these 4 monitors here, and then the bottom 2 are going to be mounted to a one that I bought and will attach to the desk. Do I need 7 monitors? No, but I have to address that every time because I just, when you had 1 monitor and then you go to 2 monitors and someone goes, do you really need 2 monitors? No, but it's really useful. And now at this point in time, I don't think I could do less than 2 monitors. I don't think I could do less than 3 monitors with a vertical one for all the chatting that we have to do throughout work and things like that. I don't think I could go without 4 monitors because for the job itself, I really need to have at least 3 windows open. And then it went to, well, I really need 4 monitors for that. So then we're up to a total of 5. That just makes it easier. And then the bottom 2 were like, well, if I have the ports on the graphics cards, I might as well, right? So that's the plan. I'm going to do this better. I'm going to be able to raise the ones that I look at, my main 2 there are going to be raised up to eye level a little bit better so that everything will work. And then the ones higher up will be on an angle and the ones lower down. It will be nice. That's the main thing I'm looking forward to here, is that everything will be better, because this sucks and I don't care for it, but I do want to make it better. When we moved from Wyoming, when I set up in Wyoming, and I started working from home, which was slightly before Wyoming, but close enough, right? I mean, like within a year? Was it a year that I was? Yes. So I had a year of working remote from home, and then we moved to Wyoming. And when we moved there, and I got these nice desks, and I set everything up, and I said, this is how it's going to be. I clearly, there are certain things like headphones and chairs that are genuine upgrades that are necessities because of the fact that I sit here for 40 hours every week at a minimum, more because then I do all my editing and things like that. And anyway, I bought these nice tables. I really like these tables. I've got 3 tables here. We've got a straight table and then an L-shaped and an L-shaped. What I really like and why I'm charging my battery here. Charging flashing green, cool. Charging the battery for the drill because I bought, when breaking everything down in Wyoming after I built them up, I got some drill bit hex heads because these all use the same size bolt that have a hex head to them, and using the drill makes building them down and breaking them down and building them back up much, much faster than using like a hex key, a manual turning process, which I don't enjoy. That made the move to here much, much easier. But one thing I didn't do and has bothered me for a full year is any kind of cable management whatsoever. It is a mess. That's all you get to see. But I did not even attempt to do any of it. All I did was simply set the whole thing up, plug everything in, and then leave it. I'm not doing that again. We've got everything pretty much situated the way it needs to be. I will actually cable manage everything. And that's actually really exciting for me because I really like organizing and cable managing and, getting things the way I want them to be. And I've started planning, like, I'm going to get specific power strips that are thinner, like single row, to attach to the legs. I attempted to cable manage in Wyoming for sure, so I already kind of have an idea of how I can do it. These have a nice gap in between, so I can just put Velcro ties around it, but also these are nice and metal, the framing and everything. So, for example, if I've got a cable and I use this cable to charge whatever as it sits here, I'm going to attach a little cable tie to it that's magnetic, and then I can just stick it to the leg of the thing or to the frame of the desk. That's going to be excellent. And I'm going to be able to set up all the various charging things that I need, like my phone charging, and like when I come out, I've got headphones here that I wear when I sleep. There's kind of a sleep mask. I had another pair, and not quite a year after getting them, the battery in it all pillowed up and became dangerous. So obviously I'm not going to wear that while I'm sleeping, and I had to get a new pair. And I think it may be, despite all the research that I've seen done about lithium batteries and how that shouldn't happen, and it shouldn't matter if you plug them in and leave them in the whole time, there's a lot of debate about that now, isn't there? Between old battery technology doing that. I don't think that me just leaving them plugged in 24/7, well, I guess except for when I sleep, so I guess 16/7. If I leave the old pair plugged in that long, I don't know if it actually leads to that or if it was just a crappy battery that didn't last more than a year. I don't know. Doesn't matter. The point is I've got things that will come out and plug in with the new setup. And what I've done really to plan everything out as far as where I want it to go, I can't show you, unfortunately, because it is blueprints to the floor plan, or not really blueprints, but the floor plan of the apartment. And it is, of course, watermarked all over with the name of the apartment and the unit and everything. So that's not going to work. That's too much information. But I took that and I photoshopped it. I started adjusting everything on there, like photoshopping out the furniture that they use as just like demonstration, and then putting my own. I like pixel mapped out to inches so I could more or less plan exactly how big everything should be to kind of plan it out. And my plan as it sits is to take these two L-shaped desks. If you were to walk into the room, you would come in, assuming everything's the same, because sometimes they give you one floor plan and it's mirrored or it's flipped or anything, but assuming it is the same, you would walk in on one side, right? You'd walk in through a doorway like here into the room, and directly in front of you would be these two L-shaped desks going towards the wall, right? And so then I can put my computer stuff, and I'm going to change the way it looks so that it is less jank. But then the entire back half of the room will be all the recording setup. And that way I can split things between them. The straight desk will go on the back side of these two L-shaped desks, is my current plan right now. It's about the only way I could make it fit. But then I can put things between that, like between the editing computer and the recording setup can go this rack mount that I have down here, which has from the bottom to the top a power supply, a network switch, and an SSD dock, which is where I put like one of the Blackmagic cameras records straight to SSDs. And when I record footage, that's kind of where I ingest it there. It's basically a big boy version of the same kind of thing I've got here, where I just plug SD cards into adapters in order to pull all the footage off of that. So that's what I do with the SSDs. But what it can also do is record straight into an SSD that's on there. So I hook that up to the camera system that will be recording stuff, and I can just split that between the two computers, and I don't have to mess with anything. I can just jump on, record, and then come to the editing computer, and it's already right there ready for me to go, which is great. And I really like that. So there are several things that I am slowly fixing and working on and adjusting, like planning everything out, right? I want to get new power strips to adjust it, and I'm planning out how many power strips I'll need for like everything else in the apartment. I'm going to move the server to a different location because I don't want to draw that much power from everything. I've been running the server through a UPS. I'd like to get UPSs for everything, but they're expensive, so that'll be further down the road. But at the very least, the server is backed up to a UPS. Backed up's not the right word, but the server is plugged into a UPS, which is an uninterrupted power supply. If anyone doesn't know, that's what it's there for. It's very useful in the case of a power outage. You don't lose anything. Realistically, every one of these computers should be on one, but I don't have the money for that at this point in time. But that one's plugged up to an extension cord that runs under the table and around, and you can see plugs into the wall over here because this is on a different outlet altogether, which is nice. Now, I may still do something like that and run an extension cord in the new place. I'd rather not if I can avoid it, but it will depend on the circuit. That weirdly, they don't give you that information up front. They don't tell you, here's where your outlets are and here's what circuits they go to. That'll be something I discover once I get there and how I figure everything out. But the server will go in another room entirely because I don't want to be drawing this much power, all from one circuit, which I'm not even doing right now. It's split up between three, quite honestly, because there's one that handles this over here, and there's a different circuit for over there, and I've run cables so that we can have all of our computer stuff going while this stuff is, and we don't trip the breaker. Anyway, I will be planning all of that out. I will be working as best I can to move that stuff around. I bought a little desk to put the server, maybe in the bedroom, maybe in the living room, somewhere else away from the rest of the stuff, and that way I can have all the recording stuff. I hopefully will be able to put all the recording stuff and then all of the computer stuff in one place and have them split between different circuits. Maybe, we'll see. And have them, I can't foresee why I would be recording and either of these computers be on. It doesn't really make sense, but anyway, that's for future planning. That is what will happen. Wednesday will be the day where I pack all of this up. Everything will be packed up, and it will all go into these boxes and storage containers here, more or less, except for the monitors. I still have original boxes for all the PC towers and all of these monitors and some of these monitors, and the rest of them are all the used monitors that I picked up secondhand, etc. So yeah, that's the plan as it is right now. It's going well. Everything is getting done according to schedule. We have that. The bedrooms are packed. The kitchen's now packed. The bathroom's been cleaned. The kitchen's been cleaned. So when we actually go, it'll just be more of a wipe down, whatever, from a couple days, but it doesn't need to be like fully deep cleaned because I did that over the weekend. And yeah, that'll be it. That's where we are at this point, on documenting this journey of the move and everything. That is where we've gotten to. Yep. It's kind of a mess, but it's going well. It's stressful. Hopefully we get a truck that'll fit everything. We'll find out. And then hopefully I'll be able to record more. I mean, basically nothing will happen for 2 days. This is just a standard work day. Tomorrow will be a standard work day, which means I'll work and then work out and eat dinner and things, and there won't be time to do much else. Wednesday, full breakdown of everything here. Get the truck on Thursday, hopefully. Pack everything up. Get ready to go. Friday is actually the move. Unpack everything. Saturday will be final around here. Friday night. I don't know. We'll see how that breaks down. The more time we can do that, and then hopefully Saturday we'll do all the furniture shopping because we won't have any furniture. So that's, if everything comes together, that would be the perfect plan, but I have a feeling it might not, which means we probably won't be with furniture for at least a few days or a week, maybe. And then we'll rent another truck and go back out the following weekend. I don't know. We'll figure it out, but that's the plan. And at the very least, what I have to get done, we have to get fully moved out of here by Saturday, and we have to get fully set up, ready for work by the Wednesday, because I took off almost Wednesday to Wednesday. It's like Wednesday to Tuesday. Anyway, now I'm just rambling. That's where we're at with documenting this. I thought about what I'll be able to record, because I'm not thinking about things in that way, and it would be nice to be able to record like certain things that would make for time lapses more than anything, right? Because I could record like me putting everything into the truck. Just filling a truck up would be an interesting time lapse. But if I want to do that, I need a camera that will last, which is not this one or any of the other ones that I really have. The GoPro is about the only thing that I would do. But if I use the GoPro for that, then I don't have the GoPro to film the drive down the mountain, which I think is more interesting, and I'd rather have a time lapse of that. And I don't have more SD cards to record or batteries or anything. It's all packed up. So we kind of get like one shot and done. Yeah, one shot and done. Sounds about right with everything. Anyway, that's where we're at. That's everything. This is moving. This is what it does. It'll all be over in a week. That's for sure. Less than a week. It'll all be over in just a few days. Just have to get through it. And that'll do it.